Welcome back, everybody, to the Chicago Bears franchise. It is time for the offseason after a disappointing finish, losing in the divisional round to the Green Bay Packers, who ended up getting to the Super Bowl, losing to the Baltimore Ravens. But this is going to be an interesting offseason because you can see our cap room, negative $3.4 million. We're going to have to make some moves just to even sign anybody. Luckily for us, we probably don't really have to make too many moves. We're not losing anything crazy. So we'll see. We're going to definitely make some moves here. Cameron Kelly, see you later, man. Get out of here. Job security at 17%. Make that 0% because you're out of here. You're going to be fired. We got to do something defensively. So something's got to change. We have the pieces. I think we got to get more of a pass rush going. I know we have Montez Sweat, Odengbo, but we got to probably think of pass rusher for sure. Harrison Smith is going to retire as we look through the retirements. Aaron Rodgers is going to go. But this, we'll see. I'm not sure what free agency is going to really look like with the money we have. It's going to be more of the draft. And I have to say, a lot of maybe a starting free safety depending. But other than that, this offseason might be just really filling depth. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to turn injuries up going to next year. I think if you go anything lower than as Hopkins is going to retire as he gets out of there with the Super Bowl, I'm actually looking at 50 for an injury slider. Now, I'm not going to show, don't have the sliders right now. I'm still working on them coming preseason, kind of working on a hybrid set. But I know it sounds crazy with 50 injury, but it's just I feel like injuries are never, as Russell Wilson's going to retire, Trent Williams, are never anything crazy. You might get like one. And honestly, if you look at a real NFL season, you're going to have multiple guys out for weeks and a lot out for seasons. So where I'm going to try it, it's going to be, I want to make it a little bit more challenging. You know, I want to have guys miss time and really challenge your depth. That's the whole point. If you don't have depth in an NFL season, okay, Daly or long snapper's gone, Homer's gone, and Case Keenum. So we're going to need to obviously, Bagent is there. So I think we should be good backup quarterback. But really, it tests your, depth. I remember a couple of seasons, you lose corners. Like I said, I'm a Ravens fan, so I can think back, a year where they probably should have won a Super Bowl. But they had guys off the street playing corner to go against the Tom Brady in the playoffs. Even with a double-digit lead two times, it didn't matter. So that's, it's going to really show, your depth of your team. But looking at their cap, we're going to restructure Jonas Jackson's contract. It's going to free up $10 million. So that will help us this year. Because right now we're rolling, obviously, with nothing. We can't make any moves. Edmonds could be a guy, but he's only got 1 year left. So he could be traded at the deadline, depending how we're looking. Any other savings? Yeah, DJ Moore. We might have to restructure DJ Moore's contract. TJ Edwards looked awful at 30. I'm willing to trade him. It's not going to save us too much. But I think that's a trade target for sure. Cole Kmet, I'm fine with. Man, Odengbo too at that. We'll see. We'll see. I think Sweat is a big one. He could be traded next year, possibly. I think within a couple of years, so we're going to have to free up some cap either going into next offseason is going to be huge because Caleb Williams, that's going to be a big thing. So let's restructure DJ Moore. That'll free up another $17 million in cap. And that's only 5.81 added to his final 3 years of his contract, which is perfectly fine. That's fine because we need cap now. The thing is, there's a couple guys I'm willing to trade. I'm just trying to make one more possible run. Because I think we have an offense that's good enough. It's just we're going to have to then, have enough money for Caleb Williams. And then do accept that 5th year option? Man, or are you just going to give him like a massive contract? But either way, he's going to be making big bucks after throwing 40 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. And we'll see what type of season he has here in year number 2. Who knows? He could be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So what kind of, contract do you give? But I want to bring back Jaquan Brisker for sure. 3-year deal. Should we just offer what he wants? We could probably, I'm so afraid of lowering it. I feel like they're not. So you can see right now, $13.8 million. With that deal done, so Brisker is back. Okay, that is awesome. I want a Brisker back. I think Byard's going to be gone. But Darnell Wright, his 5th year option. I'm not going to accept this. We're just going to let it go in the next year, try to sign him to a contract. don't really have the cap to accept that right now. So we're just going to decline the 5th-year option, try to sign him going into next year. I mean, offensive line, very key thing. Braxton Jones, we're not bringing back. Ozzie Trapillo, we're going to let him be the starting left tackle. Duvernay, we're going to let walk. Bayard, we're going to let walk. That's not that bad of a contract, really. But I think we're just going to go in another direction, get a little younger. Zacchaeus, Wade, McLeod, Hicks. I wouldn't mind bringing back Dominic Robinson. Daniel Hardy, we're going to let walk. Let's see what we can do with Robinson. Just a 1-year deal. I'd like to lower it a little bit. Let's do 2.5 and 1 million, a 3.5 hit. And he does not like the offer. He's going to free agency. That is fine. Just wanted to give it a shot. Bates, Billings. I wouldn't mind bringing back Billings. It's just we already kind of have a depth with Shamar Turner getting more of a role. I don't know. You know what? I'm fine letting all these guys walk. And honestly, we don't have the cap room to sign a bunch of these guys. All right, let's let a bunch of them walk. And that'll pretty much do it there. So let's take a look at this roster here real quick now before we get into like free agency. Bagents, I'd like to bring in another quarterback at some point. Running back, we're okay. I just love running back. So if somebody's there, there's a possibility. Receiver, we need probably a 4th. Top 3 are good. Tight end, we just need a number 3 tight end. Probably a backup left tackle, obviously. Tooney's good. Backup center. Probably could use move one of those guards over to center, honestly. Offensive line depth is always good. So we got Sweat and we got Austin Booker. The Denbo and then Shamar Turner. But Turner's going to be more of an inside type guy, moving all over the place with Dexter get picking. So, I mean, if we continue to work on the defensive front, which obviously Philadelphia showed, this previous year in real life, it's such a huge key. If you can just dominate that defensive line, man, you could do some things. And now with Edmonds possibly gone after this season, Hippolyte moves into that role. Maybe we got to look at drafting linebackers because TJ Edwards, I'm going to look to get rid of right now. I'm going to look for a trade partner. Now, as for corner, Jalen Johnson, he's an X Factor now. So he's gone up to an X Factor. Wow, that is amazing. To have an X Factor corner for Jalen Johnson. And right now, I don't know. I mean, Gordon, Stevenson's our nickel. I think Frazier's probably going to move into that dime role. So maybe, depth at corner. And obviously we need a starting free safety with Bayard gone. That's going to be somebody looking in probably in the 1st round. That's going to be more the draft. I'm not going to really look free agency that way. Kicker and punter, we're solid. We're good. So that's what I'm saying. Not really like free safety's the starter. That's really about it. You can see we have the draft picks. We got the pretty much 1 through 7. So, maybe we'll make some trades here. It's just all about depth. You have 28 depending what happens in the mock draft and who we want to draft. We might move up. So let's take a look. Trade. Let's look for TJ Edwards. And Tampa Bay's offering us a 3rd this year, a 7th next year. I don't need the player, though. Let's actually take out Desmond Watson. I would just take the 3rd and the 7th for Edwards. That seems like, honestly, it almost seems like probably more than you would get in reality. It'd probably be like a 6th-round pick for TJ Edwards. There's so much value lost, I feel like, sometimes. But we'll get that trade done. So now TJ Edwards is now a Tampa Bay Buck. We add an extra 3rd-round pick. And we look at the free agents. Tyler Linderbaum. Man, that is a big-time get for whoever can get Linderbaum. I know he's a little bit undersized, but, man, he is absolutely so good. Football IQ is out the roof. He's fantastic. Likely, Chubb, Oweh, man, a lot of Ravens on this list. Like, that's what happens, right? You win a Super Bowl, a bunch of guys leave. Ricard's gone. So they're going to be a little bit different of a team next year. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Anybody I can see that possibly that I wouldn't mind bringing in? Like I said, cap-wise, it's not like we have a ton. Okay, Keaton Mitchell. Man, as I said, as a Ravens fan, I know he has no interest, but I want him so bad. Speaking of NFL football tonight, debut, season opener, Cowboys-Eagles. Who do you got? Has everybody got the Eagles? What about Red Zone, man, with commercials? What has happened with that? Stream East has been shut down too. Jeez, what is going on here this year? All right, we'll see. All right, let's get back to this real quick as I just kind of go off course there. Yeah, see, free safety, I'm fine. We're good to go. Ronnie Hickman's interesting. He's only 24 years old, but I'm looking at more of the draft for that. As for linebackers, same thing. You got a bunch of guys over the age of 28. I'm probably going to look more at the draft with that. A lot of will linebackers. I'm noticing there's a lot of will linebackers, but when you get to Sam, there's there's absolutely nothing. There's not a whole lot at all. And I was looking at draft class wise. I don't think there's a lot of Sam linebackers, so I don't know if that's more of a thing that needs to be fixed a little bit. Now, Owe would be fantastic to bring in, but he's going to want a big contract. So we might have to look maybe draft-wise for another, pass rusher or possibly trade. I think D-tackle's pretty strong in the draft, so I think we're going to wait for that. Said free agency, this is not going to be a lot. Just don't have the room to really do anything. But we do need a backup center. Let's take a look. I'm going to look more like, I think, pass protection-wise, because we are more of a pass-pro team. Okay, you got Tristan Colon, you got Josh Myers. He has better strength, but he's got better speed and acceleration, a little bit more athletic. Let's do Tristan Colon. He would be obviously just a backup for right now. Who knows? Hopefully Dolman stays healthy. All right, so we'll offer him a contract. Backup tight end, possibly. Man, Keaton Mitchell, he's just calling my name. I know he has no interest in he doesn't want a big contract either. He's not really garnering much attention. Just the speed alone. He's so fast. He's only 24. He has so much potential. We're going to offer him a contract. I want Keaton Mitchell, man. I just want him. All right, Washington's in the mix as well. Let's just do an eval, see what happens. All right, both have signed somewhere. Where did they sign? All right, Keaton Mitchell, welcome to the Bears. Man, I like Keaton Mitchell so much. All right, Tristan Colon has signed as well, so we got a backup center. We actually added some cap room going into the second week. That is interesting. So Jalen Coker, 24 years old, gets released by Carolina. I mean, not the greatest production, but for being 24 years old, being a number 4 receiver, we're not really expecting much. Why not just give him a 1-year deal, see what happens? I mean, a $5.3 million cap hit right now where we can barely afford anything. But let's try it. Why not? All right, tight end, number 3 tight end, Jelani Woods. Good speed, athleticism, good catching. Catching traffic, not bad. And then, like I said, for a number 3 tight end, I'll take it. So let's just offer him a 1-year deal as well. All right, let's offer Jelani Woods a contract. I'll likely sign with the Jets. Fullback? I think we're good there. We do need a long snapper, though. So Rick Lovato. He has no offers. And we need a long snapper. Ours retired. So let's do that, which I'm thinking is a big thing. I've seen so many missed snaps in the game. So you really do need a solid long snapper. All right, let's evaluate there. Coker's going to lay off, but we're the only one there. All right, Lovato will sign. Jelani Woods will sign. So we got a long snapper. We got a number 3 tight end. Let's just hit it again, I guess. All right, let's just sim then. Let's just sim to the next week. Let's get into the combine results. So I have a bunch of favorites here. I've looked around, tried to scout. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not the best at scouting in this game and really drafting that well. I'm not that great at it. So, I mean, sometimes I feel like it's just, I don't know, whatever. Let's just get into it. But Adrian Davis is who I'm looking for as our first pick. He's right now listed as, obviously, as a strong safety, but we can just move him over to free safety. But A, awareness, B, play rec, A, man coverage, C, zone, B, catching, B, tackle, A, hit power, B, pursuit. I don't really care about the block shooting that much. As for the combine, he ran a 4.5, 21 on the bench, vertical at a 38. His cone, his 3-cone, I believe, is the best. And then his shuttle's number 2. So the athleticism's there. All of his grades are looking very good. I mean, he ran the fourth best 40. I mean, he's our guy. That is for sure. Now, you can see he's projected 1 to 2, but since we're fully scouted him, he is a first-round grade. But you have other guys, too. You got Montrell Mullins, who looks good. Matthew Cox, a left tackle. Now, they have talent around 3 to 4, so I'm not really sure. But Mullins looks solid as well. Ran a 4.36. But corner, I think we're good. It's just safety is where we need to go. But looking at these later rounds, you got Ed Wan. Sam linebacker looks good. Roth looks good. Jermaine Ford could be a solid corner. Northcutt ran a 4.46. 6'3" receiver. Could fill in. We'll see. But Joshua Pendleton is a projected round 3 to 4, but we got talent at round 1 to 2. So he ran a 4.65, vertical a little bit less. So he's not as, maybe athletic as Davis, but still gives very good grades. Let me see if I can look at his, there's Pendleton right there. See, 4.65. Let's take a look at the grades with the attributes right here. So, B awareness, B play rec. He's got C man, C zone, C catching, B tackle, A hit power, B pursuit, A block shedding. Wow, A block shedding. But we're not going to take Pendleton in the first round. But hey, if we can get him in the third, that might not be that bad of a pick. Just to continue with depth there. As for linebacker, yeah, Ed Wand, it just might be a little bit, I don't know. But B awareness, A to C play rec, A tackle, A hit power, block shed could be a C to F, B pursuit. We just got to have better linebackers and coverage. With TJ Edwards, it just wasn't there. Is Hippolyte the guy to be in coverage? I'm not quite sure. Zay Price, A tackle, could be a guy as well. Let's take a look at the combine. So Marco Burns, but yeah, Zay Price ran a 4.58. And there's Ed Wand at a 4.65. So Price has got some speed, no doubt about it. And he's a UDFA at the moment. So he's probably going to be there. Where I don't know, that could be, for Ed Wand, could be a little bit higher than maybe we want to go. As for D tackle, you got John McCray, Xavier Griggs, 4.95, 36 bench. His shuttle's not bad at a 5.07. Let's take a look. We got B block shed, A tackle for McCray, C hit power. So, I mean, the moves for Griggs is a little bit better, but strength-wise, maybe run, he's definitely got that A play rec. McCray could be the guy. So, looking at some of those guys in the draft, let's up the offer here to Jalen Coker. I know we're just battling with ourselves here, but we'll up the offer. There we go. That should get 4 green. That should be good. Do the eval, and Jalen Coker signs. So that pretty much gives you, I would think, your number 4 receiver right now. Still, depending what works in the draft, we could be looking at somebody. So I don't know. I think our free agency with there is probably good. I think we're good. Let's take a look at the recap. Linderbaum's going to the Raiders. Moten to the Seahawks. We saw likely going to the Jets. Always going to the Eagles. So they just continue to load up. And it's so funny when it comes to free agency here because there are so many teams that are still in the negative cap. It's crazy. And there's only a few select teams. Tranquil is going to sign with the Niners that are able to even do anything free agency-wise. Even if guys are released, they have issues. So it is very, very crazy to see how these teams handle their cap room. Kevin Byard's going to the Niners as well. So the Niners trying to, get back at it. Made a run. Obviously last year, failed getting to the 1 seed after we beat them in week, 17. And then they, lose in the wild card round. So Green Bay beat us as well. So they're trying to get back at it. I mean, obviously with that roster, you're going to have guys continue to age. Diami Brown's going to sign with them. But you're going to have aging, stars. So in the NFL, you have maybe a 3 or 4 year window usually for a lot of talented teams. After that, it's going to change. I'm going to look at Jared Roth, Davis, and Ed Wand we are going to look at for our players there to really, really hone in on those three guys. All right. With that, let's get into the NFL draft. Cleveland Browns are 1, Saints are 2, Titans 3. All right. Where do the Browns go? That's the question. Do they go something crazy? Do they go with a quarterback? Remember that mock draft number 1 had him picking 2 quarterbacks. They already have like 5 on the roster. Let's hope they do not go quarterback. But you have Hood and Slade right there at 3 and 4, so I could see that. But let's take a look down below. As for us, Adrian Davis right now at number 27. We'll see where it leads. We'll let it play out a little bit, but if it gets around the 20 mark and Davis is obviously still there, that is where we might make a possible trade up. But let's get the draft going. Browns, number 1 pick is James Atkins, the wide receiver out of Missouri. So they do not pick quarterback. They actually give their quarterback, whoever it's going to be, I'm not sure, a weapon, a wide receiver. New Orleans, they take Tony Estrada, the edge out of Missouri. Man, look at those grades. Looking good as New Orleans trying to continue to up their pass rush. Titans are going defensive tackle. Ben Ford out of Arizona State. Grades look solid. Pick number 3. Pittsburgh is on the clock, and they take a quarterback. They need it so badly. KC Mims out of Central Florida. Grades look fantastic. New quarterback in Pittsburgh. Washington's going to take Michael Castro, edge out of Toledo. There you go, Toledo getting some love here in the top 5. Is that their first ever top 5 pick? Probably. Minnesota, in division, Tony Alfaro, the defensive tackle out of Wisconsin. So we're going to have to look at him for sure. Obviously, we'll see a lot of him. Seattle's going to take Gregory Carr, defensive tackle out of Oregon. A lot of defenders here. Another defensive tackle goes. Reuben Castle goes to Houston. So 6 out of your first 8 picks here are defensive, with 1 wide receiver, 1 quarterback. So we can kind of see a trend going on right here. Rams are on the clock. Zach Rich, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Very good grades. We'll see how this draft class really pans out, because obviously grade-wise, and the Giants take a quarterback. Will Hood out of LSU. I guess they don't like Jackson Dart. Wow. The Giants with the shocker here in the top 10. That is wild. Donovan Upshaw, cornerback out of Oklahoma, goes to the Chargers. But yeah, grade-wise, it's all, it doesn't mean A is going to be like a 90 overall or something. I mean, look at that. Look at those grades. A's across the board for Chance Byers. Wow. It's all based on the draft class. So the A could be like a 70. I don't know. It's really tough. Ben Elias, tight end. A tight end goes at number 13 to Carolina. Dallas, they have 2 picks obviously in the first with the 31st from that Micah Parsons trade. They go Jimmy Guerrero, left tackle. All right, number 15. We're getting close here. So let's take a look. All right, we still have time. I think we roll to that Cleveland pick at, was it 20 or 21? I think that's what we do. Got another quarterback. Does Indianapolis take a quarterback here? Do they do it? Yeah, that pick at Cleveland 21, I think that's where we got to look. All right, let's see what Indianapolis is going to decide here. They do. They took the quarterback. Yeah, with Anthony Richardson and the whole situation, I kind of figured that. So they take Denzel Slade out of Oregon, possibly their new quarterback. Where does Anthony Richardson go? That's going to be a real question. Another defensive tackle, Marco Haynes from Clemson, is going to go. Man, lot of frontline guys, D tackle, edges, man. Hey, it's, I said, it wins you Super Bowls. Patriots, left tackle Josh Smith. They need to continue to build that line for Drake May as they try to continue to improve. This could be a solid season here, number 2 for New England. I could see them really, possibly getting up there. Maybe they can compete with Buffalo. Matthew Cox, left tackle out of Auburn, is going to go to the Jets. All right, Raiders are on the clock, then Philadelphia. Let's see what they need. I just want to see if they... Now, he's listed as a strong safety. So, Raiders, you got Jeremy Chin, so they're not going to need a starting strong safety. And then you got the Eagles. They got Sidney Brown. I don't think they're going to need one. Yeah, I think we're good. I think maybe we could possibly make a trade with Cleveland, because Cincinnati, I could see them going defense for sure. So we could get in front of them. That'd be great. All right, Trey Lobato, left tackle out of Boston College, is going to the Raiders. And Philadelphia, we're going to risk it here. They're going to take, all right, Manny Nance, another left tackle. A lot of tackles going out of Clemson. All right, let's try to make a deal here with Cleveland. Let's try to trade up and get Adrian Davis here. They have $100K in cap room. That Watson deal's screwing you guys over, huh? That's what happens when you have a scum like that on your roster. You give them that big deal. All right, let's have our first round pick, obviously, this year. Third and from this year, and fifth next year. They're moving back 7 spots. They already had a first pick. They take it. All right, they take it. Wow, that was easy negotiations. They'll take the pick. We're on the clock. We already know who we're going with. We need a starting free safety. Said I know he's listed as strong, but we can just move him. He looks like an absolute beast. 6'1", 198. Hopefully gets a little bit of weight, but A hit power, A man coverage for a safety. And, looks like we might have found something here. As here's Goodell at the podium announcing our pick. What is that suit? What in the world are we wearing? And why does this dude look like he's about 40 years old? Man, you guys got to fix the face scans. EA, Madden, please fix the face scans. Make a lot of these guys look young. I mean, but an A- pick. He was true ranked at number 7. We got him at 21. High football IQ. Lays the wood. Instinctive zone defender. He's got 91 speed. He's a hidden development, 90 acceleration, 89 change of direction. We definitely hit it with Adrian Davis. We'll see what happens in the rest of the draft, but we'll see. But that A-man coverage, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. All right, that was a win. All right, Cincinnati's on the clock. We'll finish out this first round, and then we'll pretty much just do our picks. They take Thaddeus Wise, center out of Penn State. Continue to get Burrow some protection. Villalobos out of USC goes to the Rams there, Michael linebacker. And there's Montrell Mullins, who we looked at. He looks very good. He goes to San Francisco at 24. What is up with Roger Goodell there in the front? What is going on? And why is there just a random Bears jersey up there? Why is Adrian Davis jersey just kind of midair hanging? Man, some of this stuff they just need to fix. I know they tried to fix this board. I know there was some issue earlier on with the draft where the menu kind of got messed up, but still you can see some problems. So they need to get on that. I actually wouldn't mind... there goes Marco Burns, a Sam linebacker to Cleveland. So there's the pick they got from us. He looks very good. But instead of this board, this is just me. Instead of this big board, I mean, what if you just had a screen come across the huge screen instead of like up top where it has Denver selection? What if that selection screen was just bigger? It showed you the pick and you can flip through it real quick. I don't know. I guess seeing the big board, like, you could have kind of a board. You could have like a kind of a scrolling thing on the side. I mean, honestly, why don't you just copy the damn draft, thing from ESPN or NFL Network? I mean, that would be to me the easy part. Just copy their thing and just do it in here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking a little bit too much. But that finishes out the first round, and we're gonna sim to our next pitch, which should be number 60. Here in this second round. So we'll sim through. All right, what are we going to be looking for? I don't know. It's going to be, I think, best available right now because I'm not really looking for a starter. Let's just see what we got on our board, which I'm probably going to be sticking to. So you have Dane Wall. I don't want to really take a wide receiver. So you have Jared Roth, who we got 100% out now. They say he's a day 3 guy, so he's probably not going to have dev trait-wise. He's probably not there. Pendleton is probably going to be a hidden dev. Do we want to take Pendleton here? Or do we take... Because I'm moving Hippolyte over to Will. That's for sure. It's too early to take some of these other guys. I might take Jared Roth here. And then hope Pendleton is there in the third. B awareness, D play rec, C tackle. A hit power, C block shed. B finesse moves. B man coverage. He has the B man coverage and B zone. So very good coverage skills. The A injuries actually sucks. There's a lot of guys with Fs. So he's got very good coverage skills, and he ran a 4.59, which is number 3 linebacker-wise. Solid vertical. Solid 3-cone. You can see right, he's number 6. Shuttle-wise, he was tops. So he's got athleticism. He's got really good coverage skills. I just hope Pendleton's there. I just don't see Pendleton starting. That's my whole thing. I mean, I don't see any of these guys really except Davis starting. But Roth could be more of a guy because if you move Hippolyte over to Will and say Edmonds goes down to injury, who do we got? Noah Sewell maybe? So we're taking Jared Roth. Maybe not the pick that most people would probably hope for. We'll see. And anyway, Edmonds could be gone after this year. I mean, his contract year is this year, so he could be possibly gone. So we bring in another linebacker. It is a C-, 156. We took him at 60, but great speed to covered. Film is filled with massive hits, good depth. He is a normal dev. We kind of expected that. But 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 84 agility, 77 strength. I think he's going to be solid. We just need linebackers that can cover. And with that B-man, B-zone, that's good. Now, as we hop into our third round pick, I was going to take Joshua Pendleton, but he is gone. So we make the trade for Arizona, just move out of that pick. And now we go to round 4, pick number 9. And I think we're going to take John McCray here. Now, I know he's a UDFA, but I think we're going to take McCray. I like him a little bit more than Price. Or Griggs, I would say. Griggs. I like him a little more Griggs defensive tackle-wise. I like that A tackle. I like that B block shed. 6'6", 346 out of Tennessee. Absolute beast. Monster. He wouldn't move in right away, but, man, it just gives you another big-time depth defensive tackle-wise. Same thing in the 4th round. Not sure why Roger Goodell is still up there. This is where they have the legends with the opening. This is where they got to bring in the legends here. You know, they usually do that in the draft. Why not bring them in here? He is a B grade, ranked number 16 in true value. Wow. College basketball for 2 years? Are you serious? At 6'6", 346, he's only a normal dev, but he has 92 strength. At 346, 6'6", you're playing basketball? Holy moly. That is wild. That is, I put that guy down. I know it's all about 3 points nowadays, but dude, put that guy down low. Who's covered him? Who? Nobody. So we look at more pass rusher. Chad Franks ran a 4.60, 22 reps. If you're wondering why the screen's a little bit different too, it glitched out on me in the 2nd round. So I had to go back into it, and it completely took the board away. So it definitely glitched out on me, but we were still good. That's why the board's kind of gone. Everything's not working right now. But it's still fine. We can still continue with the draft. It's just the screen completely blanked out when I tried to make my 2nd round pick. It didn't happen at all. So obviously I had to go out. And luckily it just stayed right there at the 2nd pick. But all right, we're going to take a pass rusher here. Chad Franks, C grade, 99 talent out of 150. Put him at 156. And he is a hidden dev. So we hit it here. 82 speed, 87 acceleration, 86 agility, only 75 strength, 6 foot, 252. Just continue to build him up as another pass rushing specialist. So we continue to move on here in the draft. We're going to take Manny Escobar, a left guard, just to continue to work on the depth-wise for the offensive line. Escobar looks pretty solid. Let's see how this pans out here with this pick here. Yeah, like why does that dude look like he's 45 years old? He is a B grade, ranked number 20 in true talent. Wow. That is what you want to see. He is a normal dev. I was hoping for hidden, but he's normal. 93 strength. I like the 93 strength. 6'5", 340 out of Ohio State. I think we're going to take a Sam linebacker. Zay Price, A tackle. He's got really solid athleticism. He's going to be more of a project. But when you get into this late, 6th round area, that's fine. 5th, 6th round area, I'm fine taking guys like that. Like I said, this whole draft's really about just depth. And they love that kind of tealish suit with a red tie. That's awful. That is not, I don't know. And they coming with black shoes? What are we wearing here? C- grade, but he's got 85 speed, 89 acceleration. Yeah, he is a normal dev. But out of Notre Dame, so we're kind of getting those big time guys. And as we fill out our last here in the 7th round with the guys, we're going to take probably Stephen Minor. Just another lineman. Who knows if he makes the team. I just see an A grade with late picks, and I go with it just to see how it works out. So, A impact block. Maybe you hit it here. Maybe he's a possible hidden dev or something. I don't know. At least we got a couple. To me, as long as I hit on that first pick with Davis as a hidden dev, that to me is the number one priority for sure. He's a D grade, yeah. He played college basketball as well. 6'6", 333 at LSU. I mean, what are the guys in the SEC? Holy moly, these guys are just facing off each other. This is crazy. And then we're going to take Zach Parker with our final pick here in the 2026 NFL Draft. Didn't really know much about him. Not much scout-wise. But another depth at corner, so let's see what Zach Parker's got. Is he wearing a bow tie? Why do these suits look like they're wet, too? C+ grade, not too bad. 91 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 agility. Just a normal dev. And that's going to do it for the draft. Maybe not the most impressive draft. Obviously, I've seen better for franchise-wise, but, I don't know. We weren't looking for like 3 starters. We just needed 1 starter, and we got it in Adrian Davis. And he is a 79 overall. We know he's a hidden dev. Let's take a look at these ratings, though. Wow, he has 73 zone, 80 man coverage, 89 hit power. 80 man coverage. That's better than some of the corners we have. Now, if you look at the player models over there too, number-wise, equipment, the way they look, I will change those things. I always change them, so don't worry if you see a number, you're like, oh, I shouldn't be wearing that number. Don't worry about it. I change stuff up. Jared Roth. So, yeah, we kind of reached here with this pick. 68 overall, but 87 speed. Let's see coverage-wise. That's one. So he has 68 zones. So he had, B and B. Man coverage is only a 58. But if we can continue to work on that zone coverage, we can get that up in the 70s with that, 90 acceleration, 87 speed, continue to work on the play rec. I mean, he could be a solid linebacker, coverage linebacker. John McCray. Man, we love picking at Tennessee. Didn't even realize that till right now. 76, he got the 92 strength, 77 block shed, power moves at 69. He's got 80 tackle. 80 acceleration for being that big is absolutely wild. So he could be a beast. I know he's a normal dev, but a 76 overall looks very solid for depth. Chad Franks is a 70. He is hidden dev out of Auburn. Man, we're taking a lot of SEC guys. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, taking SEC players. 80 tackle. He's got 74 power moves. We'll have to work on the finesse. 87 acceleration. Work on that strength a little bit. 82 impact block, which does do. But he has 95 injuries. So that's actually good. Because like I said, there's so many rookies here with injury ratings in the F. And if I turn that injury rating up, slider up to like 50, that could hurt them. I want it to hurt. If guys come in with injury concerns, I want that to happen. It should. All right, Manny Escobar. I know he's a normal dev, but 75 overall. He looks very good. 93 strength. His finesse isn't the greatest, but obviously he's more of a power guy. And he has 89 lead block and 93 impact blocking. So that is up there it's got to be up there with some of the highest impact blocking at the guard position. So, I mean, if he was just maybe a star dev, this guy would be an absolute beast in a couple years. Zay Price, 69 overall. More of a project. 85 speed, 89 acceleration, 80 tackle, 78 pursuit. But 56 man coverage or zone coverage, 48 man coverage. It's not good. He's just a kind of like your traditional linebacker that's going to be in there, run stuff, or he's not playing third downs or anything. But for a 6th round pick, it's okay. Minor, I'm not even going to look at. Zach Parker, just want to see. All right, he has 74 zone coverage, 91 speed. All right, that can be dealt with if he has to move in. We definitely like to play some zone coverage. I don't want to put him man-to-man, but if we get injury-wise and he has to be kind of your dime back, all right, that's not too bad. I say all in all, this draft isn't too bad. We got, 4 players over 70, 2 hidden devs. So I think we did we had a pretty solid draft, probably like a B or something. Let's take a look at James Atkins, your number 1 overall pick for Cleveland, 6'5", 220 out of Missouri, hidden dev, 89 speed, 93 acceleration, 80 catching. He's got 88 release, 89 spec catch, 93 jumping. He's got a lot of talent, that's for sure. We'll see who their quarterback is. Is it Shadur Sanders? Is it Gabriel? I have no idea. Tony Estrada, 82 overall, might be the best player in the draft for New Orleans. And he's also from the University of Missouri. So your top 2 picks from the same school. Wow. So Missouri just throwing out some talent here this year. But Estrada, 89 finesse moves, 85 tackle, 86 strength. Yeah, he looks really, really good. But look at Missouri. Their first 2 picks in the draft. Let's look at Casey Mims is the first quarterback taken off the board out of Central Florida for Pittsburgh. He is a hidden dev. 97 throw power, 84 deep accuracy, 80 under pressure. Needs to work on some other stuff. Not the fastest guy at 79 speed, 81 acceleration, but with that throw strength, man, the throw power, that's going to do stuff for you. So Pittsburgh, we'll see, adds another quarterback to that division. We continue to look down the list here. Look at the run of defensive tackles there. Alfaro, Minnesota, he's only a normal dev. 77 overall. He has 94 strength, 77 block shove, 77 power moves, 79 play rec, 80 acceleration. He's got 85 pursuit, but only normal dev for Minnesota. So we'll see Alfaro for sure. I'm sure he's going to be up there. Anybody else I want to take a look at here possibly? Let's take a look. So Estrada is your best. There is Montrell Mullins. He is an 80 overall for San Francisco. Jermaine Ford, a 3rd round pick, a corner, is an 80 overall. Wow. Complete overlook there. 94 speed, 85 zone coverage for a 3rd round pick. Man, Carolina hit here. Fantastic pick for the Panthers. Nice job. Wow. Let's take a look. Yeah, and you got, what is with the fullback? Fullback in 80 overall? Yeah. Anybody else outside of the top? Burnett, running back for Detroit in the 2nd round. Why are you taking a running back in the 2nd, I guess, for Detroit? Winslow, the wide receiver. Anything else? Really just backs. That's about it. I want to see actually where did Pendleton go? Joshua Pendleton, who we were thinking about taking in that 3rd round, he left. He's not in the 2nd. So I think he went in the 3rd just before our pick. Let's see. There he is. He went to Washington. 74 overall. He went early 3rd. He is a hidden dev. So we would have had to take him in the 2nd round, which we had a chance to do. We just didn't do it. We were just hoping he was going to drop to our 3rd round pick. We had what? It was late 3rd. Just didn't work in our favor. That's okay. That's okay. I'm still happy with our draft. Let's just take a look at the teams on our division. Let's go to, let's look at everybody in the division. See what they're looking like. Lions, we saw their back Burnett. Wayne Peralta, they took the left tackle in the first round to 74 overall. Yeah, Burnett's a 77. I mean, is he even going to get on the field, though, with Montgomery and Gibbs? I don't know. Other than that, maybe not a lot looking there draft-wise. Let's look at Green Bay. They didn't have a first-round pick, obviously. Caleb Miller, 70 overall running back as your first pick. And they take a quarterback in the 4th. What are you doing, Green Bay? I don't know. That's a weird draft, too. That's a very strange draft. I don't really see much there for Green Bay. Let's go to Minnesota. We saw Alfaro, which for them, it's a little bit of a miss with the normal dev at number 6. But DeMar Noel, 72 overall, free safety, not too bad. And then Jeremy Stapleton, 71 overall, back in the 7th round. That's pretty good. And that's an okay draft. You get Green in the late 7th with a 73. It's not bad either. All right. So I think we had a solid draft. And now let's go to UDFAs. We find Matthew Lockley, a corner. He's a star dev, 91 speed, 70-man coverage. His zone at 57, not the greatest. But we can add him to the roster. Maybe stash him on the practice squad. We'll see. And then I see this. Devontae Benjamin, 99 kick power. And he's a superstar dev kicker. What in the world are we doing here? Superstar. He has 80 speed. Devontae Benjamin, will sign him. I don't know if he's going to make the team, though. I'm not sure. Josh Davenport, 95 speed, just a normal dev, but I like him too because if I go down here, he has 85 kick return. So we kind of, a returner would be good there. So he could possibly make the team in that sense. So we'll sign Josh Davenport. We're going to make a trade. We're going to trade for Kyle McCord. We're going to give up Roshan Johnson. We should be fine at the running back position. We just need another quarterback. I'd like to have 3 on the roster because Bajan will probably be the backup, McCord at number 3, but it could flip depending on what happens in preseason. Because then we're going to sign Justice Hill. I know we're just going to do more of the Ravens running back room, but Hill is solid. Solid receiving back, got some speed. We'll sign him. And that'll do it for the offseason. That'll bring us to the, preseason training camp. But all in all, offseason, not too bad. We continue to clear up cap because that was probably the main concern of the offseason. Getting cap room, just signing some key free agents. We got a big-time safety in Adrian Davis with our first pick. So I think we're good. And going into next year, we got pretty much the same core of roster. Can we make another run? See what we can do going into next year. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Preseason week 1 should be tomorrow. So just prepare yourself. But thank you so much. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.